Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to our 100% run here in Might and Magic 8, Day of the Destroyer. In this episode, I think eventually we're gonna make a little bit more progress on the main quest. We have to go to Arion Hunter in this location here. That's the Smuggler's Den. I believe that little indoor area, that little dungeon is called. But before that, we're gonna do some other things. So I'm gonna be in each episode. I think it's gonna be a mix of some quest progress or exploration combined with some other more technical or more grindy objectives, just to sprinkle a bit of that. Excuse me, just to sprinkle a bit of that as we're playing, just so that it'll ease the burden later on in terms of how much pure grinding we have to do. So you can train all the way to 21. You can go to 15. You can go to 51, but I don't know if we have access to a trainer that can train you, because most of them have level limits. And you can go to 13. And what is the date right now? It is still early in August, so not long after the last reset. I think we might have enough time to kill between all of the different level ups that we can get one more reset going on in the Dragon Caves in Garrote Gorge. And by that point, Garrote Gorge itself will reset, which will give us some more horseshoes, which will be just great. And I think Murmur Woods will also reset. So we'll do that. But before that, there is one other objective that I want to do, and that is unfortunately there's nothing on the character sheet or the quest log that points to this, but I want to do a few of the challenge pedestals, because some of them have popped up in areas that we've been to. The only one that I've really tried to interact with is this one. I loosely call all of them challenge pedestals, but there is a specific subset of them that are specifically called, challenges. And these ones are the most difficult ones. And in between episodes, I have confirmed that this one can be beaten, but only if you have 200 in the required statistic, which is something that we're not going to be able to do for a while. I'm hoping we'll be able to do this one. I've already lost it. This one before Ravenshore resets, although it'll be tough. But there are a couple others that we are able to do, and I think one of them should be on this very map. So let's see if I can find it. I am tempted to wait until the morning because it'll be easier to see, although conveniently all of these pedestals have these very easy to spot flames around them. So I guess it makes it not so tough to find them at night. Alright, so I need to cast Day of the Gods. I think it might have already been cast. But, so this is the Contest of Might. Now, so let me explain the four different types of, let's say, stat pedestals. I don't want to make things confusing because challenge is, the name for one of them. So let's just generally call them stat pedestals. There are four kinds. The lowest level one is called a game. Then is contest, so second lowest. Then it goes to test. Then it goes to challenge. So game, contest, test, and challenge. To win a game, you need 25 in the relevant stat, and it will tell you on the thing what the stat is. To win a contest, you need 50. To win a test, you need 100. To win a challenge, you will need 200. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... I've already saved my game. I'm going to show you something. So, I'm going to rest, and that's going to... it's going to cause all of our spells to expire. Even if their duration was longer than a day, the action of resting will kill all of your active spells. And I'm doing this just to show you one thing. So this is the Contest of Might. If you try to interact with it, you will fail if you don't have 50 in the required stat. But if you fail, you can still try again. So Breaker is giving us a bit of might, but not enough. The Berserker belt definitely will give us enough might. And now if we interact with it... Oh, it would help if you actually equip the belt. Now if you interact with it, you win the challenge, and you win the 5 skill points. And I did that just to show you how these challenges work. Like, you don't have to worry about wasting them if you fail them the first time. The game is, you know, it goes easy on you like that. I'm gonna load my game because I don't really want my buffs to expire, because it would be so annoying to, you know, shuttle this one item back and forth between the characters. And, you know, this guy who can't even wear belts, you know, he would have a tough time meeting the threshold. Like, nor... So dragons can't wear armor, they can't equip weapons, they can't wear accessories. All they can wear is jewelry, which is interesting in and of itself. But we don't have any might-boosting jewelry, so the only way Ithilgor can beat this one is with some other kind of stat boost, which he is currently getting through Day of the Gods. So now we're going to get 5 skill points for everyone. Very handy. And now if we try to interact with it again, it tells us that we have already won, and the game is going to keep track of this throughout the rest of the game. So eventually Ravenshore will reset, or eventually we'll go into some other area which might also have a contest type pedestal, and if we subsequently find another Contest of Might, if we try to interact with it, the game will tell us that we've already won. And what I'm going to do is, I actually have my notebook in front of me. I'm going to put a little X in the column for the Might contest. Because as I mentioned, one of my objectives in the series is to have my main character win every single one of these types of stat check pedestals, let's say. And you might be wondering, why specifically the main character? Like, why not all of your party, like all of your permanent party? And, you know, it would be nice to have all of my permanent party members excuse me, do that for no other reason than to get the extra skill points. But the reason I'm only counting it for my main character is because he is the only one who's going to have the complete character sheet, because for everyone else it'll be limited by what we had done while they were in the party. And if they were out of the party and we did something, and all of them, or most of them, are going to be out of the party for parts of it, like the only one who's going to be the closest to me, you know, myself, the main character, is going to be Elspeth, because we picked her up almost right away. But it's still subjective. You know, I'm still choosing to have her in the party. She is still technically just a hireling. It's only the main character that I'm counting, because it's just easier that way. like either I limit it to the main character or I go around having every NPC win. Like it would get out of hand. So I'm only doing it for the main character. The game will keep track of it, but as I mentioned, sadly it doesn't go into the character sheet. So I'm going to have to keep track of it manually as well, just to make things a bit more convenient. Now I think that was probably a longer explanation than it needed to be, honestly. What I'm going to do right now, right away, I'm going to put one more point into light magic, and I'm going to cast Day of the Gods again. Okay. And do I want to do anything with you? Well, I think I'm just going to put have you ready to become Master and Dagger whenever that comes around. And with you, we were still working on the sword skill. Okay, with you, each point we put into the dragon ability for you. So right now his damage is 17 to 80. And now it's gone from 18 to 90. So you gain one... excuse me, very dry throat today. Dry winter's day. You gain 1 minimum, 10 maximum. So an average of 10.5 damage, I think it works out, which is pretty good. So that's what we got from this. Plus we completed the Might challenge. Now there's one more that is easy to get to. That is in the Dagger Wound Islands. And it's on this one. This island. The one with the quest dungeon, the Temple of the Snake, or something to that effect, that you would normally have to go through in order to get past this opening zone and into Ravenshore. And this one, as it turns out, has the Game of Luck. Now, games are the easiest to beat. You only need 25 in the relevant stat. And they also give you the smallest amount, but hey, listen, skill points are one of the most valuable resources in the game. So let me just mark on my sheet that we've done the Game of Luck. And can we do anything? No, I'm still putting points into light magic with you. With you, I'll hold off on what to do next. With you, you can put one more point into sword. Pretty good. You can't do anything in dragon just yet. Okay. Now there's one more that we found, but this one I don't think we'll be able to do, but we'll find out. It really depends on what stat it is, because this one, I believe, is an Alvar around this area, and this is going to be a test. Now, what test it is that it? I think that's it. A test of personality. So this was determined the moment we entered the map, so we can't go in and out to get it to change, and personality is actually a bit unfortunate because I don't think we have anything on us that is boosting personality. No, we've got a few things that are boosting intellect, and this is some extra might as well, but nothing for excuse me, nothing for personality. And right now personality is only 68. Is there a way for us to deal with this? I'm actually gonna save, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to the training hall in because we only need to hit 100. I'm gonna go to the training hall in Alvar and train as much as I can. We'll have to wait until the morning. Yeah, let's just rest out here, and then it is past 7 p.m. So
Practice session just started. Excellent.
let's just do all our training with you, and that's put us into October. We killed a lot of time and gained you a lot of skill points. I'm gonna put them all into light magic. Good amount of a boost we just gave to our light magic skill. And now if I do this, what is our personality at? I guess I don't need to wait for you to recover. I can go here. Ooh. Oh, I was looking at the wrong skill. Personality is at 84. Yours is at 79, 79, 79. I think this is actually good because I think there's a well. I think this is the well. Where if you drink from it, it gives you a separate plus 25 personality bonus, and it does stack with other temporary bonuses that you have. I think this has put everybody over 100. Now is... Oops. That was like very dumb damage to take, but you know, we'll be fine. Where? Oh, there it is. I'm like, is there a way for me to lower my personality just to prove to you that that is indeed the what the bonus is? I guess I'll save here, and what I'll do is I'll rest and I'll only cast Day of the Gods without the bonus. And you will see that nobody is beating this test. But now when I load my game where we got the extra bonus as well, where we are all past 100, now you will see we are all beating this test. Which is great news, and that is your sword mastery right there, assuming we can find the sword master trainer. You know what? I'm actually just gonna quickly look that up. I didn't realize we would be getting there this quickly. And I think this trainer is in Garrote Gorge. In fact, we can cross-reference it with in the Garrote Gorge Dragon Hunters camp. So the Dragon Hunters camp is the village, and we'll be going there. We'll be going there anyway pretty soon to get our next set of artifacts. And I guess while we're there, we'll go to all the houses. So, oh, knocked my water bottle over in a fit of excitement. No, I'm just clumsy. Okay, that was the next thing. And now, I think with you, we just want to put one more point into Dragon. Keep ratcheting that damage up. Now I think we want to push towards February. Let's see if we can make that happen. And now I'll save in a different slot. Yes.
Practice session just excellent. Practice session excellent.
Into November.
Practice session excellent. Practice session excellent. Practice
We
session just excellent.
might not have enough.
Practice session excellent. Practice session just started.
Now that I'm
Excellent. Practice
into
session
December now. We're not going to quite have enough.
excellent.
So what I'll do is, we're into January. We're not far. We're not far. You have a ton of skill points. And you know what? Put one more point into dragon. And... that's okay damage for now. I think now you can become Grandmaster in Perception. You can also become Grandmaster in ID item. And Learning. Learning... You know what, first of all, let's just boost this up to 4. And then eventually we'll get those skills. Now... Now I think, let's go back to Ravenshore. And let's make a bit of progress on this main quest. So Ravenshore still not resetting, or still has not reset. And not that I was expecting it to reset, it's very, very far away from the reset, but the way you would tell, the way you would quickly tell if it's reset is by checking whether the horseshoes are back. Assuming you also obsessively grab the horseshoes like every other Might and Magic player. Now we're going to go to the Smuggler's Cave, Smuggler's Den. We will soon learn what this place is called. The Smuggler's Cove. Okay. Cove, not cave. Cove. And we're gonna cast Day of the Gods. We're even gonna cast Hour of Power. Just because, just cause we can. And Day of the Gods, I like to cast it in this order because Day of the Gods lasts forever, whereas Hour of Power has spells that are more time limited, like Haste, only 3.5 hours, which should be enough for most dungeons, but still will expire a lot quicker than the other one. And if you cast Day of the Gods first, and you're just waiting around for your guy to recover before he can cast Hour of Power, that is just time that is being lost. Yeah, I knew that there is a secret door somewhere here. And we have a lot of barrels in this dungeon. Now, previously, what I had been doing was, with barrels, I've been like, okay, who is this skill useful to? How do I maximize this? Because, you know, things like personality are only good for certain classes, intellect is only good for certain classes, and then I'd be like, okay, I'll give it to whoever has the lowest in this stat, because it's based on threshold points where you get certain bonuses. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give everything to my main character, because that's gonna help him beat stat challenges. In the long term, in the very, very long term, in the longest of long terms, we are going to get our stats in the form of very high level, Grandmaster level, plus being boosted by items like magic, which will give us more stats than we could ever know what to do with. But for now, I'm giving him all these stats just because he is the one who, for the purposes of my playthrough, needs to win all of the different stat pedestals. Now, I think This one is taking us close to where we need to go for the quest. Before we go there, I actually want to turn around and go basically everywhere else. Basically everywhere else. Because there is one quest item that we need to pick up. Can anybody level up? Still only Sorry Blackthorn.
That one was weak.
Oh, easy. Settle down. Settle down. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stick with this. And I'm also gonna heal myself. I should put some points into body magic eventually. Do hope we get some levels out of this. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure this area is filled with traps. One hint is the holes in the ceiling, and these rats are a bit hard to hit just because they're so small. So I'm just gonna save my game. Let's do this slot. Once again, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna give. What's that red dot? I think that's a trap that was triggered. Purple barrel. Okay, this is good. We got some. We'll take this layered potion. And we found the anointed herb potion. This is good. This is what we needed for one of the quest givers in Ravenshore. The reason I'm... So for intellect, we still haven't found the well that boosts intellect. So for that reason, these would be wasted for you. So I'll give intellect to... sorry, Blackthorn. I know we wasted some intellect earlier by giving it to you, but it's not that big of a deal. Stats in this game... In the long term, you know, your +2, -2, whatever, those are just rounding errors because you will rely on other things for your stats. Mainly your high level Day of the Gods. What's the status on our haste? Yeah, it's about... Not about to run out, but... Oh, easy. But we do... It would behoove us to pick up the pace, and you can gain one more level. Which is very good. Okay, and... Now, I'm only going to be picking up things that I know are going to be good value to sell.
Worthless.
And that's okay. In fact, that we can hold on to. It might help us beat some challenges. That could end up being enchanted. This might be...
Never seen. What is it?
But anything that is not clearly... Oh, yeah, I knew there's a secret door somewhere here. Anything that isn't clearly a good value item, I will be leaving behind.
Leave it. Worthless.
+3, okay. I'll hold on to that. And I think that's just about everything. Oh no, there's a whole other room on the other side, I think, with chests that we haven't interacted with, and our haste is getting closer to running out.
Never seen. Leave it.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Like, really small stat boosts. But,
Worthless.
okay,
Leave
I
it.
guess. And
What is it?
no idea what that is, but could be good.
Never seen it before.
That could be good.
Worthless.
That's just a regular scroll. Okay. Okay, now. Now. Are we done? No, there's a whole other section that we haven't even been to yet. Oof. And haste is about to go. When it's on the verge of running out, that's when I will cast it again. Because you have 67 spell points, which is definitely enough for... ooh, no, Hour of Power. One more instance of Hour of Power, which will be enough to see us through this dungeon. But we need to... and this is very important, we need to cast this before haste expires. Because once haste expires, these characters will be weak, and casting Hour of Power again at that point will not counteract the weakness. You will then have to separately cure the weakness. And that's gonna be a whole other... it's gonna be a whole thing.
That was easy.
So what I'm gonna do is, after I kill this group of people, pretty sure we're almost done with this dungeon. And we're not going to be doing any more dungeons. At least not in this, well, with one thing you can do with apples is you can just eat them. They will each give you 1 unit of food, but I guess you can only eat them once you're outside of that,
I have no idea.
screen. I'm not going to worry too much about
What is it?
apples. We'll be picking up stuff that is good to sell. This is something that is part of a trade triangle, even though it seems like it might be a quest item, but I think there's a trade triangle that involves forged credit vouchers. So you can hold on to that. This is something that's not a quest item, but gives you insight into what's going on. So Zog, I think, is an ogre, or a representative of the pirate Stanley. Either way, we're not going to
Leave it.
worry too much about that, at least not before we've spoken to Arion Hunter. I think there's going to be a few enemies in this room, and those should be the last ones, or maybe just one enemy that's stuck on top of this crate. Let's put him out of his misery. Okay, I'm pretty sure we are now done with this dungeon.
What is it?
These boosts could have some stat boost on them. Although really you want rings with stat boosts.
Leave it.
Like this one, because you can equip multiple rings, whereas belts, amulets, boots, helmets, you can only have one of those. So a lot of rings with the same stat boost on them can really boost up
What is it? Never
the
seen
stat,
before.
which can help you with beating a challenge. We'll pick up these vouchers as well. 2 more amulets, that could be good. Do you have a bow of any kind? You don't.
Leave it.
So take this garbage bow.
Leave it.
And there might be one more chest back here. Looks like, yes, there is. Okay, I guess we already saw it. Or it just didn't have any gold in it. Okay. think that's all. Now let's quickly save our game there. Now let's go talk to Arion Hunter. And we will advance the main quest a little bit. And then we're gonna do some stuff. I'm being vague because I'm not sure if we'll be able to pull off what I intend to pull off, but I will try my best. Okay, let's keep going. Let us keep going. Now we'll talk to the Were-Rat Smuggler leader. He calls a truce after we've already beaten all of his guards. Smart move from him. And he's got a few quests for us. Let's click on them. Before we do, let's back out. We have to deliver the letter. Okay. So now we've got to be careful. So this is a quest that we picked up. Merchants of Alvar took his family. So no, those are extra side quests. Oh, wrong one. This should be the quest that updates our quest log. So you did all of that just to deliver a letter. And now our quest log should have updated. And it should be telling us to return to Fell Moon. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we'll come back and pick up the rest of his quests. The reason we picked up the Anointed Herb Potion first is because if we didn't, eventually this area will get populated by friendly units, and then they will get angry if you go into any of the side areas. So, just wanted to get this done. Then, what I want to do is, I just want, because I'm paranoid about seer notes, before I talk to Arion Hunter about even his side quests, I'm going to talk to the seer. Then I'm going to talk to Arion Hunter again, I'm going to pick up his side quests, and then talk to the seer again, and most likely, there's going to be no change. But just on the off chance that there is a change, I really want to make sure I don't miss any of the seer notes. Fortunately, the seer isn't that far away. He's also in the northern part of the map. Right there, in fact. Basically, you just fly across, and you are at the home of the seer, this little star-shaped building. And it's the same note. So we are still on only the third note. Okay. So now let's go back to... Actually, no, we don't have to go back. We can just load our game. Because having advanced the main quest, this part of the seer's dialogue still hasn't advanced, and that can be tricky because it's not always obvious which minor change in the quest status will cause the seer to have new lines to give you and which ones won't. That's why I missed the very first seer note, just because I assumed that there wouldn't be a note for this, because it's such an obvious thing. But like sometimes he will have lines, sometimes he won't. So it's good to be a bit careful if you are doing things in this way. In this case, we haven't spoken to Arion Hunter yet. So we will talk to him. We can talk to him again, and that just gives more information about how his boats work. They go to Ravage Roaming and Shadowspire, and he has a couple other quests. This one is to give this false report to the Dread Pirate Stanley. A false set of reports. And I guess previously he had some sort of working relationship with Stanley, and now the merchants are blackmailing him to do something else. But he doesn't want Stanley to get suspicious. So that's what's going on there. He has one other quest. And that is that the merchants of Alvar took his family into quote-unquote protective custody. And that is how they are blackmailing him. However, now this is where the letter from Zog comes into play. I guess the caravan that was transporting his family was attacked by ogres, and his family was taken hostage. And they are in the ogre fortress. And now they are also blackmailing him, so a whole lot of blackmail going on. So his quest is to rescue his family from the ogre fortress, and that is definitely something we will do, because I think when we're done with Ravenshore, the next set of proper quests that we're going to be doing is the ones in the Alvar region. Quests from the Alvar region, and also quests given in other locations that take us to the Alvar region, and this is one of those. Now, again, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to talk to the Seer one last time. I'm not going to go back to Fellmoon just yet. We'll do that next episode. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Dagger Wound Islands. I'm going to drop off the Anointed Herb Potion, and hopefully we can get a few levels out of that. And then I'm going to probably force the game to advance time by moving back and forth between Alvar and Ravenshore, and get the Dragon Caves to reset. Or should I do that in the next episode? I'll see. Oh, I've completely bypassed the Seer. I was so lost in my own thoughts. Hang on, while we're doing that, let me just quickly take a quick sip of some nice, delicious water. And the Oracle is still telling us the same stuff. So far, we can say with reasonable confidence we haven't missed any of the Seer notes. Now, of course, it's time to go to Alvar. Not to Alvar, to Dagger Wound. And I think we are going to... Sure, we can kill some pirates. Oh, we killed a lizard man. Soldier by accident. That sucks. Let's go back. I think things are long enough now that I probably won't be grinding for the next set of artifacts. Not in this episode. Do that at the beginning of the next episode. Okay, let's fight some pirates. You know, a little bit of experience. Look at these truckloads of damage that we are doing. Most of these are one-hit kills.
Too easy. It
should have fled.
Easy, kid.
Sure, I guess I'll even pick up some of these corpses. I guess the main reason I'm doing these is I don't want the game to start glitching just because, you know, there are too many bodies lying on the ground. Which I haven't seen happen in this game, but I am getting a little worried. Because if these are genuinely infinite spawns, and if bodies are piling up without limit, eventually something will probably break. Let's just help the game out a little bit. Just a wee bit. It's not that much money that we're getting. But it is a little... I guess it adds up. Mainly I'm just doing it to bring down just this... You know, just to slightly shrink this mountain of corpses. Okay. And it seems like they've stopped spawning. At least for now. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Did anybody get close to leveling up after that? Not really. Not really, no. Well, there's a few more that we can kill. Again.
This one's powerful.
Let's make sure that we aren't killing any of our comrades.
That one was big.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Alright. And cast Wizard Eye, and yeah, I'm taking my time because I don't think we're gonna get around to doing another artifact run. Not in this episode. But next episode we'll do it. So who was it that asked? Languid asked for it. Do we have the antidote? Yes, we do. Okay. What has that done for us? 2 of us are now able to level up. And it seems that these pirates are no longer spawning. Oh, we're gonna be so close to that magic date in February when we'll be able to get our next set of artifacts. But I'll do that in the next episode. What I will do in this episode is I will do a bit of training. We'll do a bit of training. For that we'll have to go back to Alvar. And yep, haste expired, so everybody is weak. Eventually we'll have a pretty long duration on our haste, so this won't be that much of a problem. But for now, this will be a bit of an issue from time to time.
Excellent.
And as you can see, Sari can't be trained here because her level is too high.
Excellent.
So we are... You know what? It's the 4th of January, and I don't think we elapsed as much time as we could have. For some reason, one of those training sessions did not count. And I'm not sure what it is that causes the game to do this.
Excellent.
So this one put us to 12.
Practice session just started. Excellent.
This one should have put us to the 20th. But for some reason, when we did both of them in one go, it only took us to the 12th. Which is why I will often do training in this tedious way, like train once, come out, train again. Just to make sure... excuse me, just to make sure we're getting the full amount of time elapsed. Okay, on that note, I think we are done with this episode. What did we accomplish? Well, we advanced the main quest very briefly. We went into the Smuggler's Cove, cleared it out, talked to Arion Hunter. We also found the Anointed Herb Potion and brought it back to Languid, completed that quest. We gained a bunch of levels. Our party is looking in very, very decent shape. And also, we completed a few why am I struggling? A few of those stat pedestals. I was going to call them challenges, but then I remembered that I'm not calling them challenges because that's confusing. And yeah, the most difficult one of those being this test of personality, which I actually didn't mark into my notebook. So I'm good that I was reminded of that. Yeah, so we made progress on a number of different levels. Just one of those steady advancement kind of episodes. But yes, that is going to be all for this one. So it's time for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are, you know, maybe you would consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying the series, you may want to think about subscribing so you can follow along. But in either case, I do hope that I will see you in the next one, in the next episode. So until then, take care.